The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan.
Any sight of them yet, Grandpa?
Doggone it, no, Luke. Should have been here hours ago.
Well, stop your fretting. They're driving all the way from West Virginia. Anything could have held them up.
Bye, Grandpa, Luke.
Where you going, Hanson?
Oh, Clarence is picking me up at the malt shop.
Well, ain't you going to stay here and say hello to your cousin Charlie?
But if I don't leave, I'll miss the kickoff.
Well, I didn't know you was that much of a football fan.
I'm not. I'm a Clarence fan.
How in tarnation can you go to a football game the same day that your cousin Charlie McCoys are coming?
Well, I guess when they made up the football schedule, they didn't know about that. You go ahead, Nancy. We'll give them your love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Luke, would you give me a hand with this? Luke, would you help me move this?
Oh, sure will, sugar babe. Yeah, it'd sure be good to see old Charlie again, won't it?
Yeah, right for sure. You know, of all them McCoys back in West Virginia, he had more spunk than the whole caboodle of them put together. And we had some pretty goddamn spunky McCoys.
I wonder what kind of a wife he finally picked out. He sure stayed a bachelor a long time.
Yeah, well, if I know Charlie, he picked himself a doozy. You know, I've been thinking, maybe we could get him to settle down and live here in California.
Yeah.
His new wife may have something to say about that.
Well, now, look, if I know Charlie, and I do know Charlie, Charlie's the one that's doing all the saying. He was never one to be told what to do. Why, he was just like an unbroke Mustang.
Yeah, he never was one to take kindly to the halter.
You say, Kate, that was the time we went hunting. It took Charlie long to tell about this high.
Yes, Grandpa, you told me.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite stories. Never get tired of telling it. You see, we was going up through Coon Holly, remember, Luke?
Yeah.
We was traveling along, we come to the clearing, see? We just get out in the clearing. There they are. No. Well, Charlie McCoy, you finally got here. Glad to see you.
Hiya, Grandpa.
Glad to see you, Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
So good to see you all. I'd like to have you all meet my wife, Ethel.
Charlie, you forgot the door.
Excuse me, dear.
Hello. So nice to meet you all.
I know Charlie'd pick himself a pretty one.
Aren't men something? They think they do the picking. Charlie, would you get my purse, please?
Yes, dear.
And you forgot my coat.
I'm sorry.
He's always forgetting something.
Funny, Charlie always had a lot of get up and go.
Charlie, better move the car. The sun's bad for it.
Oh, it'll be all right, honey.
Darling, move the car over there in the shade.
Ethel, wouldn't you like to come on in the house?
Yes.
What happened to his get up and go?
Well, I guess it done get up and went.
I thought y'all might like some lemonade and cake.
Oh, fine.
Well, how about you, Charlie?
Go ahead, have some, Charlie. Give you a chance to open your mouth.
Delicious.
There's some plates there.
Oh, that's not necessary. Just another plate for Luke to wash.
How's that again?
Well, I'm the chief cook and bottle washer.
Oh?
Well, it sounds like at your house, Charlie does the dishes. Do you, Charlie?
Well, we don't have very many.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a husband helping in the kitchen and doing his share around the house.
Well, no, I always kind of figured that was a woman's department.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, in Dr. Putnam's new book on modern marriage, he says it's plain old-fashioned for a woman to do all the housework. Marriage is a lot different these days.
Oh, well, I don't see nothing different about it.
Oh, well, let Ethel finish, Luke. It ain't polite to interrupt.
Well, he won't interrupt him. He's got a right to wedge something in here, ain't he?
You were saying, Ethel?
Well, simply that Dr. Putnam has a lot of interesting views on marriage and women's newfound freedom. I tell you what, Kate, I'll send you the book.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Don't waste your time sending her the book, Ethel. I mean, well, Kate ain't got too much time for reading and don't expect to have.
Never can tell, Luke.
Hey, Charlie, you don't go along with this quack idea of a man hipping around the house, do you?
Well, it sure is in the book, all right. First chapter.
Well, we really better be getting along now. It's been just wonderful to meet all of you.
You got to go so soon. I mean, Charlie here, I ain't hardly had a chance to talk to him.
Well, it's just that
Now, hold just a minute now. You know, I'm forgetting my West Virginia hospitality. Why, I ain't even invited you to supper.
Of course. Please stay.
Sure. Now, come on, we ain't gonna take no for an answer.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah, sure, it'd be real nice.
Well, if you insist.
Well, now that that's settled, and Charlie's got a few minutes, me and Luke would like to show you around the place, Charles.
Well, that'd be real fine.
Before you do, would you please get my cosmetic case from the car?
Ethel, why don't you come out in the kitchen with me while I put on the turkey?
And I'm sure glad this is California, where the smog is so thick his pappy can't look down and see what a miserable thing he's turned out to be.
Poor old Charlie. He sure don't look like a McCoy, do he?
I'll be with you in a minute, fellas. Here it is, dear.
She used to wrestle bears. I just don't know. Seth McCoy, if you're listening up there, and I hope you are, don't you worry none, because me and Luke will get the boy straightened out if it's the last thing we do.
You all ready?
Yeah. We're ready, ain't we, Luke?
Yeah.
Ethel, it's just that I'm so used to doing things around the house, I never thought of asking Luke to help.
Well, it's not a question of getting out of doing work. But if you're just a drudge and a housekeeper, well, your husband loses respect for you.
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
Well, that's what Dr. Putnam says in his book. He says when a husband starts thinking of his wife as a servant instead of a woman, that's when you have trouble.
The book says that.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, he says that men like to see their women looking nice. So if you keep doing all the work around the house without any help, you're going to be tired all the time and not looking so good. And before you know it, Luke won't be looking.
If I was to ask Luke, I know exactly what his answer would be. He'd be only too happy to help out.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm sure. I know my Luke.
It ain't very fancy, but the hens like it.
How many eggs you get a day?
Oh, they've been laying about 110.
Well, last month we was only getting about 62 a day.
Gosh. Sure did raise your output.
Yeah, but we can't take credit for it. We got us a new rooster. That's what done it. That first rooster we had, why, he didn't even act like a rooster. Ain't that right, Luke?
Yeah, it sure is right, yeah. Oh, he was supposed to be the boss of the hen house, but, he was just too wishy-washy.
Yeah, that's the truth. He let his set get pushed around.
Yeah, the hens was telling him what time to wake up, when to crow. Oh, they was getting their own way, but they wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So that's why the eggs stopped coming.
And that rooster wasn't happy neither. He knowed he wasn't acting the way he was supposed to, and he was miserable.
He sure was.
Yes, sir. But you take this new rooster. He's happy. He can hold his head up. He's a real man.
Yes, sir. He gets up at dawn, crows, wakes up the hens so they get to work, and then he goes back to sleep again.
Yes, sir. They do all the work, and he gets to crow about it. But they love it. Hens is happiest when they're being boss, same as women. Sort of makes a man stop and think, don't it?
Yeah. Hey, it sure does. I'm beginning to see what you mean.
He's getting it, Luke.
The rooster, he's got to be the boss.
He's got it, Grandpa.
Charlie!
Coming, dear.
For a minute, I thought we had a new rooster on our hands. Pitiful, that's what it is, just pitiful.
Oh, Charlie's going to drive us into town. I want to see some of the stores.
Oh.
Luke, I'll be going in with Ethel and Charlie to show them around. Would you take the wash off the line for me?
Why, sugar, babe, I wouldn't even know how to unbutton them clothespins. You can do it when you come back.
It's really very simple, Luke.
You will maybe, but I got my own chores to do.
I'd like you to do this first.
Not now, sugar, babe.
We'll bring the car around. Come along, Charlie.
Yes, dear.
What can happen to some people.
It's hard to believe, ain't it?
You know, some persons is made to do so many things, they get to thinking they're supposed to do everything.
I know.
And you know, the worst part of it is that they can go on doing it for the rest of their lives unless somebody comes along to straighten them out.
You're so right.
The straightening's got to be done and done fast.
I feel exactly the same way.
Well, Sugar Babe, I knew you'd see eye to eye with us. I'll never forget that, Charlie.
Oh, that was a wonderful supper, Kate.
Yeah, sure was. Nice meeting you.
Leave it to Kate. She's the best little cook in the world.
Charlie.
Oh, yes, dear.
If you don't mind, we'd like to talk to Charlie for a minute. Come right down here now, Charlie. Now, look, we ain't going to have much more time together.
Here, Charlie, we'd like to get back to talking about the roosters and the hens.
Now, Ethel, you go right on over and sit down there with Charlie.
But Charlie'd be only too happy to help.
No, I wouldn't think of it. You're our guest. We'll take care of the dishes.
Well, all right.
Luke, will you help me clear the table and wash the dishes, please?
Help you with the dishes?
Yes.
You hear what she said?
Yeah. Maybe she's sick.
She seemed fine all day. Didn't complain about no dizzy, no fever or nothing. I got it. She's saying all this for Charlie's benefit. She wants you to say, no, I won't do it, so Charlie can see how a real man ought to act.
That's what she's doing, all right. Because she was all for doing something about Charlie, too.
It's a fine girl, that Kate.
Luke, I'm waiting for you to come help me with the dishes.
Well, you're going to have a long wait.
What did you mean by that?
Well, I just mean that taking care of the dishes ain't my work to do.
Luke McCoy, how dare you talk to me this way?
Taking care of the dishes is women's work. Taking care of the dishes and cleaning and cooking and sewing and ironing. That's all women's work. Now, I don't want to hear no more about it.
You hearing all this, Charlie?
Here tonight, you hear plenty about it.
Yeah, well, if we didn't have company here tonight, I'd be giving you a spanking because I think that's just what you deserve.
Go on.
Luke McCoy, I never knew you could be so stubborn and mean and just plain cruel.
And listen to me, Kate. A man's got his work to do, and a woman's got hers.
Now, what's new, Charlie?
After all, I don't ask you to help me with the farming and the plowing, and I don't want you to be asking me to help you with the housework.
Sorry you folks have to be here at a family squabble like this, but every once in a while, Luke has to put Kate in her place.
Luke? Oh, Luke McCoy, I hate you.
Kate, you're wonderful. I'm sorry you folks had to be in on this.
Well, Luke, everything's happened sometimes. Can't always pick the time and the place.
Ethel, we'll be leaving.
Not yet, Charlie. I want to talk to Kate.
I said we'd be leaving, Ethel. You get your things together.
Charlie, I don't want to leave yet.
Ethel, you come on out on the porch. I want to have a few words with you.
I think we done it, Luke.
Sure looks like it.
Charlie, I don't understand you at all.
Ethel, I've had my eyes open tonight.
You mean because of the awful way that Luke talked to Kate? Well, that has nothing to do with us.
Oh, yes, it has. It showed me the way a man should act. It showed me that a man's got a right not to be tied to his wife's apron strings.
We got a rooster, I think.
Yeah, if he just holds firm.
Charlie, I want you to listen to me.
Ethel, I'm tired listening to you. That's all I've been doing for the 6 months we've been married. I guess the only reason I've been doing it is because I happen to love you so much. That don't mean I got to keep on loving you.
But, Charlie, I love you, and I thought you were happy. Well, if you weren't, why didn't you say something?
Ethel, the way you've been running things, I ain't had a chance to say nothing about anything. From now on, things are going to be different, and you better get used to it.
It's going along fine, Luke.
Oh, Sugar Babe, you ought to hear what's going on outside.
Say, she's still acting. She ought to be in pictures.
Sugar babe? Sugar babe, it's all over and done with, and it worked, too.
Don't you touch me. I said it before, and I'll say it again. You're stubborn, you're mean, and you're cruel.
Well, look, you don't have to go on pretending like we're fighting no more, honey. It's all over and done with, like a duck.
Ken, after all them things you said to me, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
But I was pretending. Honest. And I thought you was pretending, too, just so we could show Charlie how a real man ought to act.
And I suppose you was pretending this afternoon when you wouldn't take my wash off the line for me.
Well, no, I wasn't pretending then, but, well, that's your job.
Oh, I see. And why can't taking the wash off the line be your job, too?
Well, because it ain't, that's why. Look, my job is working the farm and supporting the family. And the sooner you understand that, the better off things are going to be around here.
Oh, it's very clear. You've just made up your mind you ain't going to do anything I ask you to do. Well, maybe there's one thing you can do.
Well, what's that?
You can get out.
Well, sure. Sorry you got to leave so soon, Charlie, but it's nice you to drop by. Wanted, Luke?
Well, yeah, real nice.
I'd like to say goodbye to Kate.
Oh, she's in the bedroom.
I certainly want to thank the both of you for everything. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, Charlie, tonight when I say my prayers, I'll mention it to your pa that you're coming along fine, real fine. I want to tell you, Charlie, you're a real McCoy.
But I was wrong, Kate. Completely wrong.
But you were so sure about everything this afternoon.
Well, I've always been sure about everything. That's my trouble. Kate, look. I made the mistake of trying to plan our marriage from a book. I know now I was wrong. A husband has his work to do, and a wife has hers. It's normal. It's natural. Well, it's the way it should be.
Well, I've always really felt that way.
Well, don't you change. And about Dr. Putnam's book, the first thing I'm going to do when I get home is throw that right out the window. And wherever it lands, I hope it hits Dr. Putnam.
Ethel,
Yes?
I think we ought to be leaving.
Yes, dear.
Kate, I sure do want to thank you for a real nice time.
Well, it's been a pleasure having both of you.
Oh, that was
Yes, it's been a
wonderful.
lot of fun
Thanks
seeing you
again.
again, Charlie. Good luck.
Bye. Please call Cousin Gloria for me.
Oh, I will.
Say hello to Gene Gossett for me now. So long now. Have a nice trip back.
Luke. Luke?
I ain't interested in nothing you got to say.
They're on the way, happy as larks.
Good.
Everything is shipshape with them. Looks like we sprung a leak in here.